Ahora sí, ahora sí. Estamos aquí escuchando el show de Marilyn. Ahora sí, ahora sí. Sintonízate, no te muevas.
We have a voice in the community. Let's gather in unity and empower our people with real life stories. The future is in our youth. Let's not forget our roots and pass that knowledge to pa' ti, pa' ella, pa' él y tú.
Ahora sí, ahora sí.
Color's not a problem, we hermanos.
Ahora sí, ahora sí.
Brother and sister, dame la mano.
Sintonízate, no te muevas.
Mi gente, yo soy Marilyn. Bienvenidos al show Ahora Sí. Hola amigos of Ahora Sí. Hi, friends of Ahora Sí. We are here in Philadelphia in our fashion segment with Marian Robinson. She is the founder and creator of this wonderful place. And she's going to show you today some of her creations. And we talking about creations. Good morning. How are you,
Good
Marian?
morning. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to be here. And as we were getting ready, I saw some of your wonderful work. As you can see, my friends, I'm wearing one of her beautiful pieces, which is one of a kind. And when I tell you it's one of a kind, it's one of a kind. Now tell me, how did everything started with you in this business or this creations that you make?
Well, it all started, it's really kind of a fun story. I was at a craft show and I saw an amazing necklace maybe 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I tried it on, I loved it. And then I asked how much it was and they said $1,000. That was the end of that. Then months later, I was cleaning out a drawer and in my head, I had a vision of that necklace I had seen, and I started playing with leftover wire that was in the drawer, and I created a necklace. It's the very first one I ever made,
Okay.
which I put somewhere. I'll find it later if I don't have it right now.
Okay. Is
it-
it back there? I think you were showing me earlier.
Oh, this one. This was it. This was the very, very, very first thing I ever made.
Wow. What is it made of?
I think it's lamp wire that I found in the drawer. And I wore it to a party.
Okay.
And a woman came up to me and she said, "Oh my God, I love that necklace. Could you, where did you get it?" And I said, "I made it." And she said, "Could you make me one?" And I'm like, huh. I said, "Yeah, I could." It won't be the same because I can't do the same thing twice, but it'll look something like this.
Okay.
Then she said, "How much?" And I was really stymied. And I said, $150. And she said, "Fine."
Wow.
Which I tried to control myself. And that was the beginning of, it wasn't a business then, it was really a hobby.
Yes.
And it's still a part-time hobby. I think of it like painting. It's creating things that just bring me pleasure to do the same way an artist would paint something.
Now, before you started this, did you ever took any classes as a child?
No.
Always had an interest for art?
No, my interest was always actually dancing. Mm-hmm. I still love to dance, the salsa.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll see that later.
And I also like to write. So I did spend some time working at Temple University, actually, on their writing staff for their alumni magazine. And
Okay.
And, there's a history of a lot of work under the umbrella of communications.
So you are a Philadelphia native?
No, I am from a small town in Pennsylvania called Williamsport. Mm-hmm. Most people don't know about it, but it is the birthplace of Little League Baseball.
Oh, wow.
That's what it's known for.
Okay. Now, show me what are some of the materials that you use in your creations. You mentioned wire was one of the first materials that you used.
This one, I always ask people when they look at it, do you have any idea what this material is?
I cannot guess.
It's shelving.
Oh, wow.
And what I did is I just cut it and then I put stones inside. So I did that. I'll just show you a couple. This is one in white.
Beautiful.
And there's a bunch of them that I've done that with. Oh, this one. I like this one a lot. The black one.
Oh, wow, nice.
With the gold
It's more like a
stone.
choker.
Yeah.
So you use different, would you say it's more like, I see that one over there, if you could pass it to me.
Yeah,
So,
this one.
Would you say that you recycle a lot of the materials?
Yes, I do a lot of recycling and found objects. So this one it's actually like a breastplate, and it's packing peanuts.
Wow, and it's actually very light. It doesn't.
I painted the packing peanuts a silver color, and then I wired it all together. And this was in a juried art show, and it won a prize.
Wow.
So I was kind of excited about that. Mostly what I do is I show things, thank you, at craft shows. But I would say that, as I mentioned earlier, marketing is not one of my strengths.
Which one is one of your favorite ones that you made and you always want to keep it, kind of like not sell it, but...
There are two. This one, this is mine.
Okay.
Yeah, because I saw I don't know if you can, I saw the piece at an antique show, and I said I have to come up with something to make it work as a necklace. So I figured out a way to intersperse it and create something. So that one's a keeper.
That's her favorite one.
And
not for sale.
This one, I didn't mention this one. I love this one. This one.
This looks like a telephone wire.
It's exactly what it is.
I guess one.
Yeah, it's telephone wire. I have so many necklaces on. Yeah, and a friend gave me the telephone wire, and I created this, and I love this. So I wear this all summer. So this one is a keeper.
All your pieces are one of a kind. You don't make two of the same?
I can't do the same thing twice because I can't remember how I did it. I can come close. Okay. Oh, by the way, this one, which is kind of interesting, this is a coaster.
Oh, wow.
But I thought it was really neat looking. So, that was that.
Marian, where can people find your art if they're interested in all these different beautiful pieces that you have to wear? Because you could wear it pretty much with everything, as I'm wearing this one.
I love this.
I dressed up my whole outfit just wearing this. Where can they find you? You have any social media or any way to contact you?
The best thing to do would be to send me an email or to call me on the phone. Email's probably the best thing.
Yes.
Because then I could get back to them. I am in some stores, but I never know from one month to another.
Okay.
I've been in Joan Shep, but I'm not there right now.
Okay.
But maybe I will be again, but I don't know when. So the best thing is probably to look at my website. I do have a website.
And what is your website? And we'll put it in the...
Okay. It's www.wire2 with the number 2 wear.net.
It makes a lot of sense. Wire to wear. We use a lot of wire.
Yeah.
So www.wire2wear.net.
Yes.
And they could find you there. And we're going to see all her beautiful pieces there. And they get a chance to purchase them if they want to. But you also are going to be in the Ahora Si Gala show.
Yes,
I am. Are you excited to be there?
I am, because the best thing is, I think my pieces really look good when they're worn. So Orlando, who's putting this show together, he's going to have his models modeling his clothes wearing my necklaces.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
And that's going to be June 22nd, my people. They're watching this show today. June 22nd, you could also go on Eventbrite and look up Ahora Si Gala 7th anniversary, and Marian Robinson and her beautiful art and pieces will be there along with the other designers that are showcasing their also their fashion.
Do you know what these are?
Looks like some kind of sport ball.
It is. It is.
Oh wow, where you get them from?
The dollar store. They're ping pong balls, yeah, or not ping pong, practice golf balls. Yeah. So, it isn't the material that matters. What matters, I think, is the fun and creativity. So something like this, which doesn't look, when you look at it, it's like, oh, really? But then if you put it together and you wear it with a little summer dress, it's a lot of fun.
I totally agree. It's not about how much you spend on the materials, but it's about your creativity. And you're definitely very creative.
Thank you.
I totally agree. And I'm very excited to have you in the gala this year. So we're really looking forward to see all your creations, all your beautiful pieces at this wonderful gala, along with Orlando Caquias, one of the designers at the gala. Hi amigos of Ahora Si, we are here in the Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia, and we are promoting the gala that's coming up this June 22nd, so put in your calendars. June 22nd, the tickets are out, and you could buy your tickets through Eventbrite looking for Ahora Si Gala 7th anniversary. Next to me is Orlando Caquias, one of the designers this year that's presenting his new collection. Orlando, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing pretty good. Very excited for this gala coming up and looking forward to people to come in. It's going to be very amazing. Very good.
As you can see, I'm showcasing one of the pieces there. Marian Robinson, one of the artists, are showing in this gala. And what are some of the things that you show in this gala? What's going to happen this year?
Well, what happened this year, I'm creating a whole new collection because we're coming into the summer. And this is my first time, and I don't know when, I'm doing my own show, showing my own collection in a lot of pieces. I'm showing a lot of colors, and it will be incredible because it's a collection nobody's seen before, and I'm looking excited about it. It's going to be now in the industry. They're showing a lot of pants, so I'm showing a lot of the collection that I'm showing has a lot of pants, a lot of volume, a lot of hats. That is in a lot now too.
Is this collection going to be like ready to wear for different events?
Yeah, different events for very ready to wear. You can go like for a summer party. You can go for a black tie affair. It's for different events because that's the way I design. I design for different occasions because I specialize in gowns. But for this collection, I'm bringing a lot of the palazzo pants, a lot of crop tops, a lot of jackets with hats and gloves because I love hats and gloves. Reminds me of my mother. But it's like basically ready to wear in a lot of colors and prints.
We are very excited. Don't forget, June 22nd, look for your tickets today through Eventbrite, Ahora Si Gala, 7th anniversary. Until the next time.
We see you there.
See you there. Hola amigos of Ahora Si. Hi amigos of Ahora Si. We are here in Bucks County and we are having a special interview with Dr. Derick Grant. Well, thank you for welcoming me into your studio.
You're welcome.
This beautiful day. It is a beautiful day and we are here in Bucks County. Beautiful area, by the way.
Thank you.
But your paintings and your art is even more beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So nice to have you here, and we welcome you and come back anytime, but I'm really happy to have you here.
Now, as I mentioned, I say Dr. Derick. So you are really a doctor.
Yes, that was the decision made earlier. When I was younger, my mom encouraged me in, well, more like, you're going to be a doctor, right?
Okay.
And so we have Caribbean parents who insisted that I become something of importance. When I told her I'd rather be an artist, she said, waste of time, you'll starve to death. So,
Oh my God.
you know, I did what I needed to do at that time. I did science, a lot of scientific work, and I got my PhD at the age of, I think, 27. And then I went on to NIH, where I worked in developing anti-drugs that block cancer growth.
Wow.
And later on, I came to Philadelphia. That's how I got back here to Philadelphia, is that I actually got an opportunity to work at Cardisa Foundation, which is at Thomas Jefferson University in town.
Now, you mentioned Caribbean. Where are your parents from? Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally born in Jamaica.
Okay.
But we're mixed heritage, all different groups of people from all over. Like we say on the island, out of many, one. We're all one, you know, so there are many different cultures. My grandfather on my mother's side, he's from Cuba.
Oh,
And he came from Cuba. He actually eloped with my grandmother, and they went back to Cuba.
Is that right?
Yes. So my first two uncles, my uncles were Cuban, and then my mother was born in Jamaica. And then after being born in Jamaica, I moved to Canada and grew up in Montreal, Canada. So that's where the French comes from.
Oh, okay. That's a very interesting story.
Yeah.
Now, how do you love art all your life?
Oh,
so
God,
you was born,
Yes.
but you went into medicine and became a doctor. How did you make that transition to go to where you really loved all your life? How do you go about that?
Well, to be truthful, I never left it. One of the most important things for me to do is to continue artwork. From I was 5 years old, I mean, I was intoxicated by the crayons and coloring and drawing and painting. When I got to university, I just simply took other art courses. I took art history, art design, drawing, graphics, filmmaking, anything I could get my hand on as an elective, I took it. So I kept the scientific medical part of it, but at the same time, I make sure I kept my artwork. And I've always been looking at art books. It's been my idea of a lovely Saturday or Sunday is sitting by a window going through an art catalog, looking at the various
wow.
pieces.
Now, when you look inside a patient's body, you saw art in there,
Oh, God.
right? And you see color, and I see a lot of color into in your paintings.
Yes.
I don't see a paint that doesn't have color. Everything has color, bright colors. Why you use a lot of colors in your paintings?
I think that being born in the Caribbean, color is it. You know, you live color. You wake up in the morning. I remember when we lived in the Virgin Islands for 4 years, and you wake up and you look down island. And all you could see down island was the different colors of the water, the turquoise, the blues, the azures. They were just so beautiful how they blend together. So color is a vibrant part of Caribbean living. You know, carnival. That's all it is
Yes.
bright color and music. And together, it creates a great feeling. And we live in a 3D environment full of color. So I've always asked myself, why is it that a lot of paintings don't have that? And I've included that. I know you mentioned something especially also about the anatomy. I don't know if you've looked at some of the artwork that we
Yes.
see here.
I
where,
see a lot of it.
The anatomy is included in there. For instance, the idea of the network, the blood vessels. Blood vessels to me are very important
Yes.
because it means life.
It means like
Blood circulating through the body means life. So in a lot of my artwork, you'll see here the formation of an embryo, a child, in
Wow.
an egg, and it's being nourished by the blood vessels around it.
Now, I asked you earlier, which of your paintings is one of your favorites and why? And you showed me one. I think it's behind
that was
you.
hard, but I did show a couple here. Actually, the one that I showed you, there are two here that actually are my
Okay.
favorite. This is one of the early paintings that I did, and this is kind of like a remembering the Renaissance. And I don't know if you know Botticelli's La Primavera.
Yes.
Okay. The three graces that are dancing at springtime, welcoming the spring, I wanted to do it in a different way. And here I did the four elemental graces. In other words, they're not so represented by the female figure, but by the elements: fire, earth, water, and the fourth element is the wind, which circulates around them as they dance.
Amazing.
So this was one of the first idea that I came up with that I just loved. I fell in love with it, which is a representation of the island.
Islands, yeah.
The island life, because island life, for most people who don't realize, it's very crowded. You're right next to your neighbor. Your neighbor knows everything, gossiping going on. So I want to represent what it felt like to be on the rock
Okay.
on St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and the clusteredness, but yet the beauty that's all around it that makes it worth it living on this rock.
We can say that you get inspired, but where you at the point of your life?
Oh, definitely, most definitely.
We do see the anatomy,
Yeah.
which is what you've done as a doctor, and the times that you live in the Virgin Islands. And what else inspires you to come out with this amazing paintings and creations?
To be honest with you, I don't know. It's sometimes I just lay there and I have an image in my head. And the one good thing about the way I do the art, because a lot of my art is done digitally first and then printed and then painted on. And so I can create anything. It's limitless what I can create. So it's what I see in my mind. So if a crazy notion comes in my mind, something like, like that, I sit down and I can create it and create that world. Sometimes I don't even know why I'm creating it, and I'll look back after and go, oh. So the art speaks to the artist.
Oh, wow.
Which is a complete reversal, I find in many cases. And I have a lot of conversations with many of my pieces here on the wall.
Interesting. Now, what's interesting is that you're taking your paintings into the fabric and the fashion world.
Yeah.
Now, it's called Grantique?
The method actually that I use for painting, I've named it, actually was named in the Virgin Islands by a curator that I was working with at that time. And she named it the Grantique method because it was a method of going from computerized creation using a palette, which I could draw with and paint with, producing the palette, and then making it a multimedia piece by using acrylics and oils and anything I could get to adhere to the canvas. And that became the Grantique method.
Now, we took some shoots of your creations in the fabric. And by the way, one of the pieces that I'm wearing for the gala is created by Derick Grant. Not only we're using his art into the fabric, and I will be showcasing the magnificent dress that he's making for me. So you definitely have to come out to the gala, which is June 22nd. It's around the corner. So
can't wait.
We're going to take this opportunity to invite everyone to the gala. The events are already, the tickets are already on Eventbrite. You could look for them of Ahora Si, and it'll be on the screen, so you could look it up and buy your tickets because you can't miss this great gala. It's a gala fashion show, like we always make, like no other. And we definitely going to have some music that we're going to be also showcasing. They're using into your
Yes, they're music that my sons have created.
Yes.
And they put together some beautiful music, and I wanted to make it a kind of a mystical forest creature kind of show, something a little bit different. And with Orlando and his beautiful ideas,
Yes.
he is a great designer as well too. And together, I think we're going to perform a great show, present a great show.
Well, I definitely can't wait. I see what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited about the gala, but most because of the great people that I'm showcasing this year. Oh, you cannot miss it. We cannot, you cannot stay home and miss this gala this year. We saw a lot of fabric, and I'm glad you're taking your art into the fashion. I see that your son is wearing one of your creations today,
yes,
and we're going to
yes,
show this,
exactly.
later in the interview. But so the new generation, the new millennium, right, are now able to wear your art.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole idea of at one point, my son Julyan and I came to the idea of putting art on clothing, and I thought. Initially, I was resistant, but then I thought, that's a great idea because wearable art that you can take with you wherever you go, it can come off the walls and go on to you. And then you can express whatever you want to express by using the art to express it. And so far we created the company, Next Level World, and at Next Level World, you're able to buy T-shirts, leggings, many things. If you go online, nextlevelworld.com, you can see this. And you can just be yourself, but yet wear beautiful fabrics and clothing of art pieces that are very limited. Not everybody can come along and buy an art piece that's $1,000 to $5,000. So just wearing a shirt or fabric that has that really brings something special to the whole event.
So again, to look for your website and be able to see more of you and your beautiful art and your creations, where can they go?
Go to nextlevelworld.com. That's it. And we have all the links there to the various sites. We have the haute couture and we have the rack clothing, as well as the artwork.
And now the arts continue in the family, and we are here with Julyan. It's such an honor to also meet you, Julyan.
Yeah.
Did I say it right this time?
Yep, you said it right. You got it. Yeah.
And you are wearing one of your father's creation. Oh my God, this is awesome. Can you turn around so we can see the whole thing? Oh my God, this is beautiful. We also showcasing this in the gala. We'll have these pieces. And as you can see now, the artist can explain to us what's going on here, because I see it in the painting.
And this is an idea of wearable art. What I mentioned previously is that this art piece I was created about 6 years ago now, and I looked at it and thought, this beauty on here, just on the wall, we have to transfer it so he could walk with it. And it's simply a scenery of a lily pond. And on the lily pond, there's a little pearl. And I want to accentuate the pearl on here. You can see how it reflects very well with the camp shirt that Julyan's wearing.
Now, Julyan, how do you feel about your father's creation and wearing it?
I mean, this is my homie right here. I mean, I remember since I was a kid, 5 years old, rolling on this carpet, like, Pops, when are you gonna play with me? And he's like, oh, I'm working on my art. And then come 16, where I'm trying to kick myself out of the house, we started working on this together, and it actually brought us together, brought the whole family together, where I'm still living here.
Oh, God.
And
It's
so,
gonna be hard to kick you out of the house.
yeah, I'm trying to kick myself out, but things like this happen, and then the next thing you know, we're back working on new projects and stuff like that.
And what's interesting is that actually the whole family is involved in
in
these
the art.
projects. Like, for instance, when we go to the fashion shows, my wife is a stylist and she helps backstage. She be a backstage manager. My other son's a stylist as well too. So, and Julyan's there, and Julyan's a model as well too. He's a great model, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's just great. We work together. I think we work together a lot better this way.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, you was telling me earlier, and tell the audience about it, see that you're coming out with a new video.
Yup,
What's
yup.
that about?
So yeah, I just got back from Miami with Music Week and everything. We shot this video called Bring the Heat, bringing the light and stuff like that. Been on this new journey with music where trying to bring love, life, unity. There's so much negativity everywhere you go into music, because my pops and everything, we're all coming from Jamaica, where it's like hip hop started there, but it got really violent when it came to America. So we're trying to do a new wave of hip hop, like the origins of hip hop, where it was about love, it was about, values and stuff like that. So I have all these tracks for curating, album. I can't give you a date when it's coming out, but it's just, been a process of learning and growing.
Now, that is very interesting, because they always talk about the millenniums, and
Yeah.
how different you are from our
generation,
times.
definitely.
Yeah.
And this is very interesting, because you talk about positive things, moving on forward. You are the future, so I'm very proud of what you're doing, and we're gonna listen to your music
Hey.
at the end of the show. Yes,
Yep,
why
yep.
not? So we're gonna showcase also your music, so the friends of Ahora Si can watch today of some of the stuff that you work on. And now, that genre you do is trap. You was
So-
telling me a little bit, but it's like a mix.
I've got a very weird style, because I started producing around 13, and then I've been singing before that. I started rapping around 13 as well. So I started with this hip hop electronic vibe, because I was dubstep started coming out around that time, and hearing that was like, wait, what did they just do? And so I started getting really nerdy with synthesis and stuff like that, mixing it together. And then towards the end of high school, I started doing more hip hop type of stuff. And then recently I started playing guitar, and so I've kind of added. And what we're talking about is like the whole trap wave, how everyone's talking about, oh, there's trap music, like it's all hood stuff. But if you listen to it, you've got like Lil Peep and everything, where it's like alternative. There's some electronic, or like Carnage, where he's throwing it at EDM festivals. So I'm trying to be more diverse with it and more artistic, as to more rather than your traditional lane.
Now, how will you close this segment right now in your music? Can you? I'm putting you out there in the bad spot. How will you close it? The name of the show is Ahora Si. How will you close it in music?
In music?
Yes.
What do you mean,
Like sing a little bit.
Oh, you're trying to, okay,
Rap.
just trying to
Yeah,
get some
rap
sauce.
right here.
All right, how will give a little freestyle about the art,
Okay,
all right?
okay.
Just put me on the spot. I'm here with my pops, we talking about art, knowing that we bring it together through the parts, get the score, going to the top, that's the vibe, and we'll never stop. In the interview, what's new, telling about the new stuff coming through, and it is the truth. Giving it for real. You see the clothing with the art on the reel. We keeping it real. My heart is like steel, but it's warm. Coming through the storm.
Nice.
I don't know. We stand around artwork.
And we'll say now, thank you. Ahora sí. To the next time. Don't forget to tune in to Ahora Si YouTube channel and watch all the shows that are going on. Until the next time.